It's quite common, right? That I see that in coaches. I've trained a lot of coaches, supervised a lot of coaches. It's very, very common that someone has gone through a particular story, has had experiences, has been faced with challenges, adversity, or very positive things in their lives, and they've gone through it, and that allows them to hold space for people with a particular quality of I've been there, even though your experience is probably going to be different. It's never, every experience is unique, and it might be quite different to what somebody has experienced, right? And two people can go through a divorce and it's a very different experience. Two people can have a psychedelic experience, it's very, very different. Two people can have a near-death experience, it's very different.
Yeah, trauma or a personal loss or something. That's what I thought about in the last couple of weeks. I had never had like a really deep personal loss in my family or in my life. And I wondered, could I hold space for others if they had? So it's just a question. I don't have an answer, but it's interesting to think about it. If you would need to experience something similar or not, or if you just need to experience a similar emotion or a similar strength, intense of emotion.
But I think that's the same question of, do you need to have tried psychedelics if you want to become a psychedelic coach or not? So like, is a therapist who's focused on, depression, does he need to have had a depression to bring the people really deep and to be able to accompany in that and support in that way? And I think that's the same question, where it goes in the same direction.
Yeah, I think it builds a lot of compassion. You automatically get compassion for that kind of challenge if you have experienced the challenge. For example, with depression, I have a friend who is depressed, and I think I can feel with him. I understand the pain, especially when I'm on psychedelics myself. Actually, like 2 days ago, this was one of the topics. I could feel his pain. But of course, still, I can never know how it really is, how he really feels. And maybe there's like a simulated depression I could experience or something.
Well, some psychedelic experiences have helped people to gain access to what might it be like to go crazy or to be paranoid.
Oh, yeah.
I've certainly had experiences where I've questioned whether this is gonna last or, go. And
this there was a moment.
Yeah, it's like,
my new me.
If life is like this from now on, that is a really difficult, challenging human experience. And then I deeply empathized with people who have that as their state of reality every day, all day. And so that helps you to empathize a lot, right? But just because somebody's been sad for a couple of days or weeks or hours, or somebody has had experienced deep pain, they don't necessarily have access to someone's state of reality every day is deep pain. So I think we're always tourists, if it's temporary.
Did it go away for you after the experience? Or?
Yeah, it went away pretty quickly. But it gave me a glimpse. And I think that glimpse helps to empathize with people. So when it comes to can I work with people without having had the experience, or their experience is what we're talking about, depends on the way that we work, right? It helps to empathize, but I think it helps the client to feel that you understand them if they know you've had a similar experience. I don't think I necessarily need that. The way that I work, I don't need it because I work mostly phenomenological. That means that's my experience. It's going to be unique, right? So I'm really want to hold space for someone, regardless of what they go through. I don't know what it's like to be a CEO in the insurance industry. That's an example I bring quite often, but I can hold space for that person. Will that person trust me more if I used to be a CEO in insurance? Yeah, probably, but out of false pretenses, I think. Because my experience of having been a CEO, if I had been, would have been very different to theirs.
Yeah.
But then it depends how you work, right? What I'm hearing from you is that there's a large element of mentorship, some psychoeducation, some sharing of what you know to be true, which is really, really helpful. But it's a different way of working. And if you want to bring in helpful knowledge, then you got to know the landscape.
Yeah, the emotional landscape. I think the emotions, at least, are all the same for us. we might feel, I mean, phenomenologically,
still happens to me too.
it might be different, but I mean, shame will feel kind of, we know what shame is, we know what anger is, we know what.
Because I'm not so sure.
If you have felt it, like, I mean, if you have you ever been really angry in your life?
See, I can say yes, but I'm sure that I have no idea what you're really talking about when you say that.
I think that is a difference. Like, everybody feels it in the same way, but you yourself know when you are angry, even though you might not know if there is another emotion that is underneath what you described earlier. Like, you may be in a state of confuse this, what you really feel at that moment, with something that is triggered by something else that is underneath. But you would say then, okay, this is what anger feels for me. And still you, Yannick, you wouldn't know how it feels because it feels different.
I mean, I might say that, when I'm really angry, I feel like part of me wants to strangle you. And when somebody else says, I was really angry, they literally go and strangle you. Is that the same emotion? Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But I want to be very careful.
I think it's also about the shared understanding of it. So if I talk to you and we talk, you share something, and then I tell you, I feel like there's a little bit of anger, and then you're like, yeah, there's anger. So by me, like analyzing you or seeing the anger in you and telling you that I feel like there's anger, and you notice, yes, it's true. I think that's where we feel empathized. That's where we feel connected to the other person or our coach.